So, you have been an upcoming for long enough. Let's be honest. Some of you have been an upcoming for 3 years. Some of you 2 years. Some of you about 5 years. And I remember the days of Jeka. She was an upcoming for longer than you would expect. So basically, what could be the reasons why you have been an upcoming for too long, yet looking at 2018, 2019, I met a lot of stars who were only upcoming for maybe 3 to 4 years, and they realized the magic to being a star, the magic to, to have speed on the success story in the music. So let's talk about a few factors that would have made you an upcoming, or has made you an upcoming for longer than you expected to blow in the industry. So the first reason why you would be an upcoming for long enough is cheaper records. I know of people who love the music, and they want to do it for a living, but in the actual sense they do it for fun. So they have they're hungry for recording, so they don't care which record label they go to. And since they are not willing to spend anything on the records, on production per se, they go to cheaper records because they know they're gonna save, they know they're gonna pay maybe 200, 300 kwacha, and the record will be out. But is that song promotable? Is that a record promotable? And to look at it, or is that most radio stations will revoke the standard of the production, not because you're not good enough, but because the production is compromised. All right. The other one I want to talk about is that most of you artists don't have a proper plan for your music. Actually, you don't see music as a career, but you still want to make it. That's skewing your success. Music is a career, and it pays much more than any other career. Let's talk about it. Let's face it. Big artists now are performing at let's talk about 8,000, 9,000, 12,000 per performance, and they don't even just like perform the all hours on the stage. They just perform maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, and they get the 8,000. Now in a month, how many weekends do we have? Because they perform on a Friday to Saturday, they perform on Saturday to Sunday. So they make as much as this much. Multiply all this in a month. It's worth a career, and you need to invest in it because there's money at the end of the tunnel when you make it. All right. Then the other thing is that you might be lacking connections. You may have connections that you feel are helping you fuel you into the industry, but you might actually be surrounded with people who don't push the music, people who promise but they don't deliver, people who don't get you to the point where you want. You might have good records, worked with a good number of record companies, but still it's not working. Worked with bigger good producers, but it's not just working out for you. You understand? So you might be lacking good connections. The other factor would be that location disadvantage. You might be maybe in Northern Province, Luapra Province, but then you are failing to push the music over to here to Lusaka. Because basically what happens that you need to have a connection from Lusaka to help you push the music back. You know what I mean? Help you push the music backwards. So music always comes here, establishes the base in Lusaka, and start going back and forth to other areas, because here is where the hype is. That's where most radio stations are, and that's where you need the best of the connections around. So the other thing is you might be lacking consistency. Like you might drop a song today, quite alright, it's good, plays on 1 or 2 radio stations and then dies off. And then you might drop another song after 6 months. So consistency is also another thing. And the other thing is that you want to go radio to radio paying. Here you're charged 500, there you're charged 400, here you're charged, and you end up spending about close to 5,000 with nothing happening. All right. So now let's talk about things that will help you establish yourself, help you gain momentum into the industry like many other artists do. So the first thing that you should do right is things that you need to do. Plan for your music. So today, if you want to become a star tomorrow, you plan today. So what I can actually advise is When I talk about planning, I talk about get to just take a pen and a paper, write which record label you would want to start your records with. Ask yourself, is this record company going to help me distribute the music in all the radio stations and promote my hype, promote my standards, promote my face as a brand? If yes, go for it. The other things that prioritize your music and put some respect on it. You understand? People are only going to buy into the idea when you respect the idea itself. So it begins with you. Believe in your music and now have a plan for it. The other thing is that work for it. You will need money to invest in your music, both at production level and also at promotional level. So you need to think of these aspects as something that should help you refuel your music career. So trust me, production, you need excellent work and you need to pay for it. You must be ready to commit to pay for it, and you need to raise money to invest into your music. The other thing is when you're in the studio, before you record, think about the song that you want to do. Picture yourself being on that stage performing the same song and ask yourself, is this song good enough for the people that for my to be fans out there? So think about it and think about what the industry needs. Think about the song that is going to make them dance, feel good. You don't always have to do things, sorry, somebody's calling. You don't have to do things that the consumer is not really happy about. So you're doing it for the fans and for the money. You're not doing it to please yourself. So the other thing is embrace self-love. You know what I mean? Love yourself before anything else. So when you love yourself, you will invest in yourself, and you'll realize that the best part of self-investment begins with you investing in your skill, because nobody will take it away from you. You understand what I mean? So find a record label, record company which is going to help you grow, with produce you good music and connect you. So for those people who are not in Lusaka, need connections, like connect. If you can't find anybody else to help you with the music, there's a message box. Send message button down below. Send a message. Ask. I do charge for circulation and distribution of the music and promotion, and I partially manage a lot of artists, and most of them have been gaining momentum with time. Those people under my record are going to understand what I mean when I talk about connect yourself with real people, because it has to work out where you're not there. Most of you are busy working, and you don't need to be pushing music. You don't need to be calling, oh, is my music playing on air? What you only need to do is to have someone in place who is able to push the music for you whilst you're working. You understand how it works? You can't be you and everything else, and that's where you fail. The same thing which you think is making you succeed is what is making you fail, because you want to manage everything. You can't be your own manager, you can't be your own producer, you can't do everything all by yourself. So for those guys who want to work with me, there's a send message down there. When you inbox me, I'll be able to revert and give you how I work, both at production level, on audio, video, management, and everything else that you would need. Just contact me, Posse Zambia right here, and I'm here to help you guys get to where you want. But let's put this thing straight. Be willing to invest into your music, because we are both busy and we all live for others in the industry. So this has been Posse Zambia. I love you guys, and don't hesitate to let me know what you think. Drop your comment below in the comment box. Let's talk about what's affecting you. Drop your comment to say, this is what I think has been affecting my music. So let me know. Then if you want some personal business, drop into the inbox, and then there's an auto reply. I will reply you, and then I'll pick it up from there. Yes. So I love you guys, and let's keep working. Rise of Machines. I'm Posse Zambia, the Rocks, the DJ. Let's work.